Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into a book that really flips the script on starting a business. Even if you've been around the block, it just challenges that whole idea you need tons of cash, a big team, an office, all that stuff.
Right, the usual hurdles.
Exactly. What if you could actually launch something successful without, millions or even much money at all? I'm really keen to unpack how Chris Guillebeau makes this case.
Yeah, it's a compelling idea.
So the book we're digging into is Chris Guillebeau's The $100 Startup. Came out back in 2012. It sits nicely in that business entrepreneurship sort of self-help space, very accessible.
Definitely not a dry academic text.
Not at all. And our mission today really is to pull out the key nuggets from his research. He looked at over 1,500 people?
Yeah, 1,500 people who started real businesses, often with less than $100.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So the big question for you listening is, what if you could actually turn something you're passionate about into real income with almost no upfront cost?
And that's the core message, isn't it? It cuts through so much traditional business thinking. Guillebeau is pretty clear. You don't need the millions, the team, the office. Just, something valuable to offer and a way to get paid for it. Simple as that, almost.
Okay.
And the book is very much a practical guide showing how these, everyday entrepreneurs actually did it, often just with passion and a laptop.
Okay, let's unpack that. If we're not talking big investments, what's the first big mindset shift he asks for?
Well, he starts with follow your passion, but, and this is key, make it useful. It's about finding that sweet spot where what you love doing, what you're good at, and what people actually want, where they all meet.
So it's not just do what you love and the money will follow.
Not quite.
Yeah.
It's got to intersect with market demand. What do people genuinely need or want that you can provide?
Right, because I hear follow your passion, and I immediately think, well, what if my passion is, I don't know, collecting vintage spoons? How do you make that useful enough for people to pay for?
Fair point. And that's where the usefulness part comes in, right?
Yeah.
Grounds the passion. Businesses work when they solve a real problem or fulfill a real desire, something people are actively looking for and willing to pay to get.
So it's about value creation.
Exactly. Focusing on the outcome for the customer. What problem are you solving for them? What benefit are they getting? Not just listing features.
Okay, so you find that intersection, passion, skill, usefulness. But then the planning trap, so many people get stuck there, right? Trying to perfect everything.
Oh, definitely. And Guillebeau pushes back hard on that. His advice is start small, launch fast.
Get it out there.
Yeah. Don't wait for perfection. Launch something quickly, even if it's tiny, and get in front of real customers.
Why just speed?
It's more about learning, really, at the lowest possible cost. You test your idea in the real world, get actual feedback, and then you adjust. Way better than spending months on a plan that might be totally wrong.
It avoids that analysis paralysis.
Totally. And it builds momentum right away.
Which brings us to the core number, the $100 test case. How literal is that?
Surprisingly literal in many cases. So many of the businesses he features genuinely started with $100 or less.
Wow. What kind of things?
All sorts. Online businesses, freelance services like writing or design, even some physical products where maybe they took pre-orders first.
So bootstrapping.
Absolutely key. Using low-cost tools, maybe free software, leveraging skills you already have, focusing on direct sales initially, not big marketing campaigns or investors.
Like that photographer example you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. Using their existing camera, maybe Instagram, to find clients. Not renting a fancy studio right off the bat. It's about being resourceful, starting lean.
Yeah, I remember trying to write this massive business plan once. It just paralyzed me.
So common.
So this idea of action over planning and his one-page business plan, that sounds much more doable. What's the real point there?
Well, the point is your market is your best business plan, especially early on. You learn more from your first few customers than from weeks of writing hypotheticals.
Doing is the planning, in a way.
Kinda, yeah. It flips the script. The goal isn't a perfect document. It's getting a minimum viable offer, an MVO out there.
MVO, like a basic version.
Yeah. The simplest thing you can offer that provides value and you can charge for, like maybe just one t-shirt design pre-sold to friends, not a full online store immediately.
Got it. Start earning, start learning.
Precisely. Action first.
And that action focus carries over into marketing too, right? He keeps it pretty simple there as well.
Very simple. It's about direct outreach initially. Word of mouth is huge for these kinds of businesses.
Yeah.
Maybe some basic content marketing that provides real value.
Not complex funnels or ad spends right away.
Nope. The focus is just Make the first sale.
Yeah.
Then the next one. Learn from that, see what works, and then maybe think about scaling tactics later. It strips away a lot of the complexity.
Makes it feel less intimidating.
For sure.
And fundamentally, this whole approach, it isn't really about building some giant corporation, is it? It seems more about personal goals.
That's right. He calls it freedom and autonomy. The idea is to build a business that supports your lifestyle, not the other way around, where your life gets consumed by the business.
So designing the business around the life you want.
Exactly. Whether that means financial freedom, or maybe location independence, or just doing work you actually find meaningful. It's a different definition of success.
Let's talk about the book itself for a second. How's it structured? You mentioned it's practical.
Yeah, it's really well put together for that. Concise chapters, each focused on a theme. You get chapters like Unexpected Entrepreneurs or the one-page business plan we talked about. Lots of anecdotes, real stories woven throughout.
Case studies.
Loads of them. And importantly, at the end of each chapter, he includes key lessons and specific action steps.
So you can actually do something right after reading.
Exactly. It's designed to be put into practice immediately.
Which leads into its strengths, I think. It feels super accessible, doesn't it? Inspiring, even.
Definitely. Especially if you're new to this, or maybe felt put off by the whole traditional startup scene.
It's very action-oriented, as you said, and those real stories, over 50 of them, they make it feel tangible.
Yeah, seeing how regular people made it work is powerful.
And the whole low-risk philosophy is appealing. Great for side hustlers, freelancers, creatives, anyone wanting to test the waters.
For sure. Now, we should also touch on the criticisms, because it's not perfect for everyone.
Right, no book is.
Some folks, especially those looking to, scale really big or raise venture capital, might find it a bit too simple.
Lacking detail for bigger ambitions.
Yeah. It's pretty light on the nitty-gritty of, say, complex operations, hiring big teams, long-term strategic planning for massive growth.
Okay.
And inevitably, with case studies, there's that element of survivorship bias.
Yeah.
Right? It focuses on the successes.
Which is understandable, but it's good to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So on that point, the $100 start is super appealing, but does it risk making it sound too easy? Does he prepare people enough for the inevitable bumps in the road, even for a small start?
That's a really good question. I think he's not saying it's easy, just that it's possible without the usual barriers. But you're right, starting any business takes work, persistence, dealing with setbacks. I think if you view the book in context, its specific goal and audience body, the simplicity isn't necessarily a flaw. It's a feature.
Focused on getting started.
Exactly. It's a fantastic blueprint for that first step, for getting off the ground lean and fast. It's not trying to be the A to Z guide for building a Fortune 500 company.
That makes sense. It's about removing the initial barriers.
Precisely.
Some of the quotes really capture that essence too. We pulled a few, like this one. Value means helping people. If you're trying to build a business and you're not sure what to do, just stop and think. How can I help someone today?
Mm-hmm. Simple but powerful.
And plans are only good intentions unless they immediately degenerate into hard work.
Action over planning right there.
Definitely. And maybe the most famous one, you don't need a lot of money to start. You don't need an MBA. You only need a product or service, a group of people willing to pay, and a way to get paid.
That pretty much sums it up.
So wrapping up our deep dive here, the $100 startup really comes across as motivating, super practical, focused on lean principles. Great if you want to start small, keep things simple.
Yeah, our final verdict, solid 8.5 out of 10. It really is an excellent blueprint for getting started today. Like, with just your passion, maybe a laptop, and yeah, maybe only $100.
So who really gets the most out of this? Who should pick it up?
Well, obviously aspiring entrepreneurs, people dreaming of starting something.
Freelancers, creatives maybe looking to turn skills into income.
Definitely. Anyone really who's feeling stuck in the 9-to-5 and wants to carve their own path.
Fans of side hustles, solopreneurship, that whole minimalist business idea.
Absolutely. It speaks directly to that audience.
Okay, so final thought for everyone listening. What does this all mean for you? Given everything we've sort of unpacked today from the book, what small skill, what passion, what little thing do you have that maybe, just maybe, you could start monetizing this week with less than $100? Something to think about.